So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
You can't block me.
Young to throw it. And he will find his man on the outside. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Come on, set. 15, run. 15 yards.
First down, the run with Lynch. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. Could be four-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth. To throw, Young. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. On first and 10, Young. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. He wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
X3, 218, top.
They'll run on first down. Lynch. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Got it.
56. Mike's 56.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Go.
On second down, it's George. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
How about this opening drive? Play number 12 now. This is third down. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. Lynch busts, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Super team.
Mike is 59.
I'll go special. I'll go special.
On first down, Dobbins, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's get that ball, let's get that ball right here. Mike 5'9", Mike 12. Get him.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now a give, right side. Dobbins. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
56, check, 56.
They'll run on first down. It's Lynch. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
From the 22, Young, and that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons push further out in front. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
We ain't giving up nothing today. Tighten up.
Tighten up. Tighten up.
On third down, Allen. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Here we go on fourth down. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
That was fourth and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't fourth and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations, 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down, all right? This is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
At the 46-yard line. Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
On second down now, it's Allen. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Leads to 3rd and 11.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now Wilson. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Check tight end, gun. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Quarterback, don't get nervous.
4th down. Here's Wilson. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration, and he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
Set. 60-yard. Topper.
Slam. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
On first down, it's Lynch. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Young into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
The drive starts with a run by Allen. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Landon Roberts.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
is 59. Mike, here we go. Mike, check, 59.
Throwing on second down. Wilson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Oh, you got deep? Strong right.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Flush to his right. That'll be caught. It's Hester. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
I got you, son.
Not fast.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Here we go.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw is Wilson. To throw again. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
I'm coming after you. Check.
Now Wilson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Maher able to put this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
It's in the game.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Ready? 60 out now. Fair.
They'll keep pounding here with Wedge. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Young working out of the gun. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. His throw incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. He's going to air one out. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Mike 57. Bring it.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run.
Guys, 4 down, 4 down. Run it.
Run.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs.
90, Wolf.
Right there, 56. I know he ain't got it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lynch. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
From the 39, Young. Throwing right, and that's complete. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They'll come out in the pistol. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Recon, 152 fighter.
Out of the gun, it's Young. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wilson into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
On first down, Lynch. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Leo!
They'll run again with Lynch. He's got the first down inside. Lynch fighting. He fumbles. He lost the football. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Zerline now for the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Falcons 28, Lions 3.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Young to throw it. And he's got his man on the out route. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Falcons.
On the double.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. 30 base.
Man out. Check 43.
Hard. Ready.
They'll run on first down. It's Lynch. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, lock it. Go.
Now a give, running right is Lynch. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one covers 29 yards, first down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Alert 3. Check 9. Check.
Pilot, 64, weak.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go, set. 60, Pittsburgh.
56. Hey, check.
X3, 5.
Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And Zerline's kick is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Let him know.
Wilson will throw again. He's going to let it fly. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 11-yard line.
Down.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Let's go now. 8. Read.
Come on, D. Check 13. Check 13. Watch twist.
Look at me. Go get it.
On third down, they go Lynch. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Wilson sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 28. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Break.
Let's go. Check. Fresno. Hit it.
They'll run with Lynch. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Ready?
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lynch.
Ready. And logo.
Makes it 3rd and inches.
Two-jet bombers. Two-jet bombers. Shoot.
On 3rd down, Lynch fighting, and he lost the football. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Atlanta, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flick. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the sign of a distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when the breath on the set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get this off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off.
S-T-R-O. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you.
trade.
It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright.
Yep.
I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean.